Okay, hello YouTube. How is everybody doing? My name is Steven Abriani, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what you should know before or when you're starting Sertraline or brand name Zoloft. I'd like to preface this by saying I am not a healthcare professional. If you have any questions regarding your dosage or what you want to take, consult your doctor. Please do not come to me or YouTube people unless they have some certain credentials and expertise. Secondly, I'm going to try my best to make this video as considerate to people as possible in terms of triggers. There's no way I can know everybody's trigger, but I'm going to try to do my best and explain this and making sure it's safe for everybody, because I know this is a very, very sensitive time for a lot of people. So without further ado, this is what I want, or this is what I experienced taking Zoloft, and I think people should understand before taking it. Now, first and foremost, let's get to the nitty gritty, the tough stuff. How do I say this? There's a couple skills you need to practice here. The three I can think of are patience, understanding, and resilience. Okay? Now, I don't want to upset people, but because you feel like crap and you want this to go away as soon as possible. But the truth is, Zoloft, Sertraline, SSRIs, it is a process. And if you're already on it, your doctor has probably explained it to you. It takes about 4 weeks to about 2 months, sometimes longer, sometimes less, everybody's different, but typically that's how long it takes to really see the full effects of this medication. Now that really is terrible. I understand that. I felt so awful when I heard that the first time, because I thought, what's the point if it's gonna take this long? I don't know. I hate to say, but sometimes I didn't know if I had that long, but you need to be patient. You need to understand that this is how it works. You have to sort of accept that this is how it works. And you need to be resilient. You need to be able to push through it. Now, is it to say that you aren't gonna feel anything? You're gonna feel like terrible, as bad as you did before you even started this, and only until maybe 4 weeks, and then you'll sort of feel good, and then 2 months you might know exactly how much you're gonna feel good? No, that's not how this drug works. And this is what I mean about a process. It is not just a slow incline. It wasn't, in my experience, just you feel better each day. For me, it sucked for the first week. The first 3 days actually were pretty great. A lot of energy. I was very social. Still a little anxious. But then after that, I felt pretty down. I did. I felt tired, lethargic, misanthropic, apathetic. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be talked to. I just wanted to sleep, okay? And that's really tough. It really is. But it does get better. Pretty soon, I would say it does. About a week, it's going to stink. Maybe 2, it did for me. But then, the way it worked for me, it wasn't a slow climb. It was peaks and valleys. So at about 2.5 weeks, you would start to feel a peak. You would start to feel really good. Like, tremendous. You would almost forget you even had problems. I know I did. For a couple days, all of a sudden at week 3, I was like, what's going on? I'm so excited to do things. I want to explore. I want to eat. I want to do all this crap. And it was great for about 3 days, 4 days, but then slowly it kind of tapers off and you sort of hit a little valley. And it's really tough to experience this, because that is the process for me. It's about peaks and valleys, because when you're down and then you feel great, you never want it to go away. You never want to leave that point in your life. You always want to be there. But the way it sort of works for me, at least, is that you do leave it. You do go down. The depression does come back. At those peaks, it feels like everything just evaporates. Anxiety, depression, panic, it's just all gone. But then it does kind of creep back in after a couple days. You hit a little valley, but then you climb back up again. It kind of just goes like this for about 4 weeks to 2 months, up and down. And then I would say in the end, you kind of end up in the middle. That's where you ask yourself if you want to up your dosage or whatever you want to do. You speak to your doctor about that. But that's a thing I want you to understand first and foremost, is that patience, understanding, and resilience It will get better. It absolutely will. By the end of my 50 milligrams, did I feel better than I did when I started? Hell yes. Hell fucking yeah. Excuse my French. Fuck yeah, I did. All right. Maybe I didn't feel amazing. Maybe I didn't feel as good as I wanted to, but I did feel so much better. And it's a process, like I said, but you need to stick with the meds. If you want help, you absolutely just cannot go off them. You need to stick with them. And 2, make sure you take them at the same time every single day. So, that's the patience, that's the process side of it. I want to let's go quickly into side effects, okay? Zoloft will make you apathetic and lethargic for about the first week, 2 weeks, something like that. You'll not want to do anything. And then that slowly goes away. Like I told you, the kind of peaks and valleys, you'll feel great for a little bit and you won't. So that's kind of the general basis of it. Hopefully you feel less anxious. Again, if it's working positively, then those are good things. Less anxious, less depressed. You want to hang out more. You want to make more friends. You want to do a lot more things, which is great. You want to be more involved in life. Some side effects, though, are you have a lot more energy. You do. And this, at least for me, affected my sleep. So I had to go on some sleeping medication to counteract that. I'm not sure if everybody does, but the weird thing about Zoloft is that when you take it, at least initially for me, you do feel a bit tired, like within the hour or a couple hours. So I took it at night. I take it at 9:30. I usually get to bed at 10:30, okay? But it will make you a bit more energized, which is a good thing. You want that, right? But you might have to counterbalance that with some sleeping meds because you need to get good sleep. That's one thing you really need to maintain is great sleep. So further side effects, some people experience a little bit of a drop of libido, little kind of lowered sex drive, which in me, I kind of enjoy that because sometimes my sex drive gets in the way of shit. Excuse my French again. But you will experience that. As you get higher up in the dosage, it might get stronger. It doesn't happen to everybody. But again, if this is a serious thing for you that you absolutely want to avoid 100%, you have a spouse, whatever it is, you cannot live without it, you might want to think about trying another drug because I'm told, maybe Wellbutrin handles it better. Furthermore, that's about it in terms of side effects. A bit more energy. I didn't experience anything else. Again, you're lethargic for the first week, but you do feel better up and down. It didn't really change my appetite. I know some people said that. And it really didn't change anything else, honestly. It didn't really affect my eyes. I heard that, it didn't do anything there. So that was good for me. I enjoyed it. I had a little bit of a headache for a couple weeks, definitely some migraines, but those do go away. So that's what I'll say about that. The other thing I want people to understand about Zoloft is, like I said, it's a process. You need to make sure that you attack the kind of depression with more than simply the medication. Now, the medication's important. It will work. But because it is a process and it does take some time to get involved specifically, you need to make sure that you occupy your time with things that will make you feel better while the medication takes its time, What I'm talking about there is maintaining a good diet. I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't do any drugs. And I try to eat a lot of fish, a lot of veggies, broccoli, mushrooms, fatty fish are so awesome. The omega-3 fatty acids just clear my brain up and I feel so good on them, so happy on them. So I recommend those. I also recommend exercise. Because it's such a process, like I said, and it takes time, you're gonna feel some low points that feel like they might last forever. They won't. None of this will. It does not last forever, but it might feel like that in a moment. So you need to be able to address that without simply the meds. And again, exercise is a big part of that. Eating well is a big part of that. And other things I'll go into a little bit more strategies, meditations, mindfulness, radical acceptance, CBD training, tapping, there's so many different things, aromatherapy that can help you, that can make this kind of a full package in terms of addressing the depression. Because like I said, it takes some time. You want to be able to deal with it immediately, and the meds might not be able to do that. So at least you have these other things to look at, like exercise, diet, strategies, meditation to help you out in the meantime. Also, when I first started taking Zoloft, because it was so difficult initially, I was prescribed hydroxyzine as well, an antihistamine, which really helped with my anxiety if it got too overwhelming. So ask your doctor about that if you find that it's a little bit overwhelming. But besides that, that's about all I want to say. Again, it's a process. You need patience, understanding, resilience, because it will get better. It does. You won't feel like this forever, okay? And I can't guarantee anything, but I will say from my own experience, the life I live now, I'm currently at 125 milligrams. I started at 150. The life I'm living now is so much more full than what it was when I started. Does that mean it's perfect now? Does it mean I'm back to normal? I can't say that. I really can't. But I feel like I'm so much more engaged and involved in my life. And I could never say that that would have happened if it wasn't for starting Sertraline. So that's a huge part of it. Be patient here and just continue to take it at the same time. Eat well, exercise. The side effects, minimal. I mean, at first, really, I don't think there's much to worry about, but some people get nauseous as well. It usually tapers off, but again, consult your doctor. Developing strategies is really important. But yeah, I think the final thing I'll say is that you should make sure you have others with you on this journey. If that is consulting YouTube, that's perfectly fine. You know, I was a part of a group therapy session. I also had a single therapist, psychiatrist, and I spoke to my friends and my parents and my siblings about it extensively. Now, if these things aren't possible for you, you don't have these interactions with people, I suggest reaching out on YouTube, going on Reddit, trying to develop these interactions however you can. I know with COVID, it's especially different, but developing a support group is really crucial too. Again, because it takes some time and it's just so much better to be with people. We are going through this. It's terrible. You might feel alone. And I mean, you are to a certain extent. You're an individual. You have unique problems. You have, unique ways of dealing with these issues. But at the same token, you'd be amazed how many people are going through so similar side effects, symptoms, anxiety, depression, panic disorder, disassociation, intrusive thoughts, obsessive compulsive. It's a community out there, and this is why I wanted to make the video, to reach out to you. It helps me a lot, and I hope it helped you a lot to watch this video. But developing that support group, developing solid habits to go along with the medication, staying on the medication, understanding that it's a process, but it will eventually get better. These are things I think are really important to know when taking Zoloft and when starting Zoloft. I'll make some other videos to talk about what it was like increasing my dosage, also to go in a little bit more about my personal symptoms and how Zoloft affected those personally. But for the moment, this is what I want to leave you with. I apologize it went a bit too long, but hopefully you got something out of this video. And please, I don't know, I'm new to YouTube. Subscribe. I got some cool videos. I'm not sure, but otherwise, hang tight. Keep it up with the drugs. I mean, just stay with them. Have patience. It will get better. Okay? Trust me. It will. All right? Love you guys. Take care.